Hi everyone. 6 months ago, I couldn't speak English properly. I was scared to talk in front of people. My pronunciation was bad, and my grammar was full of mistakes. But something inside me changed. I told myself, Zane, this time you will not quit. I made a plan, a simple plan that anyone can follow. And that plan changed my life completely. No expensive courses, no foreign teachers, no magic, just one simple system and a lot of dedication. In this video, I'm going to share exactly how I learned English in just 6 months, step by step, the same way you can do it too. So, if you want to speak English confidently, if you want to change your life through language, then stay with me till the end, because this story might become your story too. When I started my English journey, I didn't focus on grammar. I didn't worry about speaking perfectly. I focused on one thing: understanding English. Because before you can speak, you must understand. I realized that English is not just a subject, it's a language. And languages are learned by listening, not memorizing. So, for the first 2 months, I made one strong rule for myself: listen to English every single day, not for 1 hour, not for 30 minutes, but for as long as possible. While eating, while walking, even before sleeping, I listened. I started with easy English podcasts, YouTube channels, and movies with subtitles. At first, I understood only a few words, but I didn't stop. I kept listening. I kept training my brain to hear English. Every day, I told myself, don't translate in your head. Just listen. Just feel the words. Just feel the words. And slowly, something amazing happened. My brain started to recognize patterns. I began to understand small sentences without thinking. I started enjoying the sound of English, its rhythm, its music. That's when I knew I was growing. But listening was only the first step. The second thing I focused on was reading not boring grammar books, but easy English stories, articles, and subtitles. I made it fun. I read what I liked. Sometimes motivational quotes, sometimes English dialogues from movies. And here's the secret: when you read and listen at the same time, your progress becomes 3 times faster. So, I started watching English shows with subtitles, listening and reading together. It helped me learn pronunciation, spelling, and sentence structure all at once. Then, I created my English notebook. In that notebook, I wrote every new word I heard or read. But I didn't just write it, I made my own example sentence. For example, if I learned the word confident, I would write, I am becoming more confident in speaking English. That small notebook became my English diary, and it changed everything. After 2 months of listening and reading, I realized something very important. I could understand English, but I still couldn't speak it. Whenever I tried to talk, my mind went blank. My tongue felt heavy, and I was scared. Scared of making mistakes, scared of what people might think. But one night, I looked in the mirror and said, Zane, if you don't start speaking today, you will never speak tomorrow. That night changed everything. I started a new rule: speak English every single day, no matter what. At first, it was strange. There was no one to talk to, so I became my own speaking partner. I stood in front of the mirror and started talking to myself in English, simple sentences at first, like, "My name is Zain. I am from Pakistan. Today, I feel happy." And then slowly, I started expanding. I talked about my day, my dreams, my goals. Sometimes I would imagine I was talking to a foreign friend, sometimes to a big audience. The mirror became my stage, and my voice became my teacher. Then, I discovered a powerful technique called shadowing. I used to play English videos, mostly from podcasts, speeches, or movies, and repeat after them, word by word, sentence by sentence. It was hard at first, but shadowing taught me pronunciation, tone, and natural rhythm. It felt like training my tongue and brain together. I shadowed English for 20 minutes every morning and 20 minutes before sleeping. And within a few weeks, my accent started sounding more natural. I didn't even realize when my speaking speed improved. But learning to speak isn't only about words, it's about confidence. I had to destroy my fear of mistakes. So I gave myself permission to fail. I told myself, it's okay if I speak wrong. It's okay if I forget words. Every mistake means I'm learning something new. That mindset changed my life. I started speaking English with my friends, even if they laughed. I started commenting in English on YouTube videos. I joined online communities where people practice English. And guess what? People didn't laugh. They appreciated. They helped me. They corrected me kindly. That's when I learned the biggest truth. People don't judge you when you try. They respect you. By the end of the 4th month, I was speaking English every single day, not perfectly, but confidently. I started thinking in English, dreaming in English, and even arguing in English inside my head. English was no longer a subject for me. It had become my second voice. And the best part? I started loving the process. Speaking English no longer felt like a task. It became fun. When you reach this level, when you stop counting days and start enjoying learning, that's when real transformation begins. By the time I entered the 5th month, something powerful had already started inside me. I was no longer learning English. I was living it. I could understand YouTube videos without subtitles. I could read English articles and actually enjoy them. I could speak without feeling nervous. But deep inside, I knew real fluency begins outside the comfort zone. So I decided to take my English into the real world. In month 5, I joined online communities where people talk in English simple places like language exchange apps, Facebook groups, and English practice servers. The first time I spoke with a native speaker, my hands were shaking. I was scared that I might forget words or sound strange. But then something magical happened. They understood me. They smiled and they said, "Wow, your English is good." That one compliment gave me a new kind of confidence. I realized that people don't care about your accent or grammar. They care about your message, your energy, your attitude. Every day, I started speaking to someone new online. Sometimes I help beginners from other countries. Sometimes I talk to people who were better than me just to challenge myself. When I didn't understand something, I didn't panic. I just said, "Can you please repeat that?" Or, "Sorry, I'm still learning." And guess what? No one ever made fun of me. Instead, they encouraged me even more. That's when I understood one beautiful truth: English connects hearts before it connects words. Then I changed my environment completely. I made my phone language English. I started writing all my thoughts, plans, and goals in English. I even began journaling daily, just 1 page a day. In that journal, I wrote about everything: what I learned, what I felt, what I dreamed. It was not perfect English, but it was my real expression, and that's what made me grow faster than ever. By the end of the 6th month, I looked back, and I couldn't believe how far I had come. 6 months ago, I was afraid to say even one full sentence. Now, I could talk for hours confidently. 6 months ago, I didn't understand what people said in English movies. Now, I could enjoy them without subtitles. 6 months ago, English felt like a wall between me and the world. Now, it had become my bridge to connect with people everywhere. And that's when I realized something deep: learning English is not just about grammar or accent. It's about belief. Belief that you can grow. Belief that you can change. Belief that you can become the person you dream to be. Because when you learn English, you don't just learn a language, you unlock opportunities, you build confidence, and you discover a new version of yourself. So, if you're watching this and thinking, can I really learn English in 6 months? My answer is yes, you can. If a simple guy from Pakistan like me can do it, so can you. You just need consistency, patience, and a heart that never gives up. Because 6 months of focus can change your entire future. 6 months. It sounds like a short time, but for me, those 6 months changed my life completely. In just half a year, I didn't just learn English, I learned discipline, I learned patience, and most of all, I learned that anything is possible when you truly want it from your heart. Because I'm not a native speaker. I didn't grow up in an English-speaking country. I had no special teacher, no expensive classes, no perfect environment. All I had was a dream to speak English confidently, a dream to express myself to the world. And that dream gave me energy every single day. Even when I was tired, even when no one believed in me, even when my progress felt slow. There were days when I wanted to quit, days when I thought, this is too hard. But I reminded myself, every expert was once a beginner. And if they can do it, why can't I? So I kept going. I kept listening, reading, speaking, and believing. And today, when I look back, I feel proud, not because my English is perfect, but because I never gave up. And now, my friend, it's your turn. Maybe you're sitting there thinking your English is too weak. Maybe you've tried before and failed. Maybe people made fun of your accent. But listen to me, you are not too late. You are not too old. You are not less capable. You just need one decision, one small decision to start and not stop. Because the next 6 months of your life can completely change your story. If you're ready to believe, if you want to learn English like I did, then stop waiting for the perfect moment. Start with what you have. Start today. Start now. Listen every day. Read what you love. Speak even if you're alone. Write even if you make mistakes. And believe even when you fail, because English is not about perfection. It's about progress. And progress is built one step at a time. If I can do this, you can too. And remember, you don't need to be perfect to start. You just need to start to become perfect. If you enjoyed my story and you want to improve your English with me, then don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because this is not just a YouTube channel. This is a family of learners. People like you and me who believe in growth, passion, and consistency. Every week, I'll share simple methods, daily English practice tips, and motivational lessons to help you speak English fluently, step by step. So, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon, because your English journey starts today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for believing. And always remember, the best investment you'll ever make is in yourself.